Hey friends, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I'm Sumi and today we're setting up my bullet journal for June, full of summer vibes, waves, and inspired by one of my all-time favorite Disney movies, Lilo and Stitch. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy or create something together with me. But before we start, I have a quick question for you. What's your ultimate all-time favorite summer movie? The movie that always gets you in the mood for summer. Tell me in the comments so we all can check them out and get in the right mood for the next months. Alright, let's talk about the cover page. This cover page was actually the first thing that came to my mind as I thought about the setup for this month because I just thought this would be a fun idea. As you see here, I cut out this big half circle to create this Dutch door that's looking like a big crashing wave and used my watercolors to paint the scenery. And to be honest, I didn't test anything ahead of time. I just sat down and started painting and went with the flow. I didn't even test if the water and the notebook will work together. So I tried to not use as much water as I would normally do, but I kind of think it works out quite well and I also like the look of it. And I used a white and some blue pencils, to add a little bit more shape to everything. And later on I will also add some more white details with the white edding to make the picture of Nani, Stitch and Lilo look a little bit more like it belongs in the scenery and a little bit less like I just put a printed picture on my wonky artwork. So I also want to talk a little bit more about why I chose Lilo and Stitch for this month's theme. Because aside from the obvious, like the live action is now in cinemas and everything, and also that the whole vibe with all of the Hawaiian settings and everything is just perfect for summer. I also love the found family aspect of this movie that also radiates a kind of warmth and happiness, I think. It's about finding family in unexpected places, about kindness, acceptance, and the messy, beautiful bonds that hold us together. And I think that's just very beautiful and also something to remember in the summer times to make us happy. That we also have, our loved ones, if it's family, if it's friends. It doesn't matter. We all can create our own little family with the people that are close to our heart. Enough of my deep talk. I also think it turned out quite fitting because this whole setup is kind of messy, as you can see here. There are some red sprinkles from a nail polish on this big wave and I can't explain to you why, but my nails hate nail polish. No matter what products I use, no matter if I use stuff to make them less oily and all these things, nail polish and my nails hate each other. But these things happened a lot in the setup, also with this white edding, and so this whole setup was kinda chaotic and messy, and that's kinda perfect for Stitch's whole personality. So maybe it was meant to be that way. So now let's get to the calendar spread, or more the calendar spread aspect of this cover spread. Because as you can see here, I used some beige to create this sand effect, like there's the beach now. So if you flip the little Dutch door open, you're on the beach, and if it's closed, you're on the sea. And when you're on the beach, there's a little bit of water peeking out from behind the door, and when you're on the sea, there's a little bit of sand peeking out behind the door. And I used a brown mild liner to make it look like the calendar grid is caved into the sand of this beach. And I really love this idea of this whole cover and calendar spread, as I said before. And I used some brown and white pencils to make the calendar grid look a little bit more organic. So like some parts of the lines are deeper than others in the sand. And also added this red as a highlight color because I always associate the red of Lilo's dress with Lilo and Stitch too. And it makes the whole spread look a little bit more interesting and give it another color that's fitting. And for the pictures I decided to use some washi tape to also add a little bit of extra something. And to make it look a little bit more like a beach, I decided to add some doodles, so some seashells and stuff like that, and stones. to give it a little bit of extra something, and I'm quite happy, as I said before, with how everything turned out. It's nothing perfect, it's very simple, but I think that shows that you can create something cute with simple techniques. So for the headers of this month, I decided to orientate myself at the Lilo Stitch font. So yeah, especially for the header of the cover and calendar spread, I used the font from Lilo Stitch, and for the rest of the smaller headers on the following spreads, I went with a font that's kind of fitting for this, and I also added a drop shadow to make it look a little bit more interesting, and I think it works quite well with the whole theme. So if you like this video so far and want to let me know, I give you this little reminder to give this video a thumbs up so I know that you like what I'm doing, and I would be so thankful and happy to know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, also subscribe if you don't want to miss any future projects of me. But now let's talk about the spread I'm working on right now. It's my, I would call it my tracker spread. On the left there will be my habit tracker as each month, and on the right there will be something new, my Ohana highlights. So each week I will write down my favorite moments with my family, to make it a little bit more fitting for this whole theme, and also to appreciate my family a little bit more. Not that I appreciate them not enough right now, but you get the vibe. I think it's a cute idea for this whole setup. But what I didn't appreciate is this layout. So maybe not the layout, but the way I executed it, because I don't like the result. It's okay, it's fitting for the whole team, but I think I could have done something a little bit more creative. I kinda went stuck on this idea with these two circles on the side, because I thought it would be fitting for the half circle from the Dutch door, but it doesn't make any sense. Maybe I should have went with some waves again, or with a beach hut, so like something that's fitting for the pictures I choose, because I went with a picture of Lilo and also a picture of Stitch sitting on this table, and maybe I should have make the whole setting a little bit more fitting for that. But it's okay, it's what it is, and it doesn't look bad, but it could have been a little bit more creative. Also, maybe you noticed that the decorative paper on the bottom right corner is missing now, because what you didn't saw is that the whole spread was a little bit of a wild ride. I accidentally spilled my water glass on the whole table. Thankfully, my notebook didn't went underwater, but everything else was underwater, including me, and I spilled the white ink from my adding all over this desk, so there's a white stain on my notebook cover now. You will see that at the end in the final flip through. But these imperfections make a notebook more personal, I think. As you see here, for the last spread, the first 2 weeklies of this month, I decided to skip the whole watercolor painting part because it's kinda repetitive, I think, and working out details with the pencils is a little bit more interesting to watch. And for this layout I kinda inverted the other layout, not from the placement, but here's more water and less beach. And I went with a simple layout, just 7 boxes for each day of the week, and that's 2 times because 2 weeks. And I went with this picture of Jamba and Pickly. I don't know if it's called like that in English, but in Germany we say Pickly, if I remember correct. And I just love these 2 characters a lot, so I had to include them too in my setup. And I hope you like what I created this month. It's a little bit more art heavy than what I would normally do, and I had a lot of fun creating this, even though it was a lot of chaos too. But with that we are done, and let's get to the final result. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you like what I create, leave a like or a comment and let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye!